Visionary Minds, Public Relations and Media is a proud sponsor of CA Media Podcast. Be sure to get all your publicity, digital marketing, writing, media consulting services by emailing visionarymindsny@gmail.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CA Media Podcast, the show that allows you to come in your own unique way. This podcast will be about my journey throughout my adult life. I will bring my friends, and there will be some episode in which I will be alone to speak about what's on my mind. Topics will range from society, culture, sports, relationships, and so much more. There's nothing off limits on the CA Media Podcast. So, as you come into my world to listen to my podcast, feel free to know that this is a safe space and a personal space to bring your family and friends to listen to the CA Media Podcast. So come and join this ride with me, and as always, this is the show that allows you to come in your most unique, authentic way. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CA Media Podcast, the show that allows you to come in your own unique way. I'm the host, Clyde Anderson, and I have Miss Britany Renee on.
Yes.
And she will come in her own unique way. The show is brought to you by Visionary Minds, Public Relations and Media. If you have any media consultations or inquiries, you can contact Tammy Reese, who is the founder of Visionary Minds, Public Relations and Media, at visionarymindsny@gmail.com. And she would gladly get in contact with you with all of your publicity and media work. Today, I have Britany on, and she will talk about her journey from Detroit to the streams and relationship topics as well. In this episode, we'll dive in with her, the actress, the model, Britany Green, and to discuss her path from Detroit to the entertainment industry. We will also explore her experience on film and television, her insights in the acting world, and how her personal life intertwines with her professionalism or personal aspirations. And as well, we'll dive in some relationship talk. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Britany to the podcast.
Hi, everybody.
How you doing, Britany?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing. How's your afternoon going so far?
Great, actually. It's going good.
What could be better?
What could be better? My kid take a nap.
I agree, because I love to sleep. So, I'm with you on that one.
Okay.
Would you like to tell the listeners, the viewers, audience about who you are, a little bit about yourself?
Well, everybody, I am Britany Renee, but most call me, and I'm known by Queen B. I am an actress, model, poet, singer, co-director, kink exhibitionist, mother. So
okay.
I have my hands in a lot of bags, but my main thing is I'm an actress, and I love what I do. And I have been, I've been acting for like 6 years now. I started off doing just, little supporting roles, background, extra work, and eventually came across some people that gave me a shot. And I got my shot. The first movie I did where I have my first actual role in a line in is called Black Lies. It is currently on Tubi and Amazon Prime, if I'm not mistaken. That came out in 2022. And then it's obviously just snowballed from there. I'm in Ashbury Park, which has Glenn Plummer in it. Everybody know who Glenn Plummer is. I don't have an actual role in that. That was a background role. The movie I just recently did is Situation. That just dropped on Amazon Prime. It will be on Tubi May 12th.
Okay.
I play Drina.
So can we go a little bit back to let's go back to your upbringing, your Detroit roots and your early interest in performing arts. How did that come to fruition?
I've always been, I would say, a talented kid. Um, Music was always my first love and it's always my first passion. So singing has always been my go-to. Um, I used to actually try to go to the like Disney and the Nickelodeon auditions because they used to come to Detroit to like talent search for like kids and stuff.
Correct.
It's always late. I was always late.
It's all
But
right.
I just kept going. I kept singing when I got to high school. Actually, nope, sorry. My first performance was in like 4th, 5th grade. We did a Motown review. And I sung Mary Wells, My Guy, in front of my entire school. That was the most nerve-wracking thing ever. One, because I was very shy in stage fright, so a lot of people didn't know I could sing until they heard me. I was like, "Oh my god, Britany, you can sing!" I was like,
Yeah, I can.
Do it again. I'm just like, no. Do it again, like no. But once I got to high school, I got a little more comfortable with performing. I went to Cass Tech. Shout out CTMB, #1, second to none. Okay. But yeah, Cass, being in the choir, shouts outs to Dr. Cheryl V. Harden, was our choir director, and that lady really helped mold my voice and really helped give me a voice, really. So shout outs to her, Doc. If you out there, if you see this, if this comes across your feed, I love you. And thank you. But growing up in Detroit, it's nice. It's nice. You have your wild times. You know, everybody hear about, you know, the crime rate in Detroit, but Detroit is so much bigger and brighter than our crime rates and all that stuff. Like we're the hometown, we're the birthplace of Motown Records.
Right. Amen.
You know, like we've had all the greats live here. We've had Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, Diana Ross, Temptations. We've had so many greats come from here. Aaliyah, Big Sean, Cash Doll. You want to get on the rapid tip? Sada Baby, I Swear Vezo. Like we have so many talented people. We go down to the like we just have Detroit is just full of so much talent and culture and just it's just full of culture and love and talent, and you gotta actually look beyond the surface to actually really reach that. And being an actress, and first I started off modeling, and that led me into acting, and being in the modeling industry alone is like, oh wow, like it's you learn and you see a lot of things that you've never thought you'd come across. Like I've lived in Detroit my entire life, and there's so many people and places and things I still have like I'm just now discovering. I'm just like, this was here. This was here.
Correct.
We do these type of events here. Where have I been at all my life? Mm-hmm. So it's like you kind of have to get yourself out there and put yourself in those rooms in order
the spaces, correct?
Yeah, you gotta put yourself in those spaces in order to access the inaccessible in a sense. So Detroit is rough, but it's a beautiful rough. Like it's rough, but if you dedicate and stay consistent and be determined and not let the outside negativity distract you, yeah, you'll still come out with a couple scrapes and bruises, but you will be the most beautiful masterpiece that you've created for yourself. And honestly, I hate to say it, the struggle does make you stronger.
I agree. I know you talked about one of your first performances using elementary. I had a performance in elementary school, like, was it 26 years ago? Telling my age a little bit. Yeah, I was in 5th grade and I had to play a saxophone, and I only knew just like 3 keys, and I played it throughout the whole performance. When it was my time to do it, it was like, because I studied it. I'm like, if you told me how to play it now, I still probably play those keys, but outside of that, I am not musically inclined. I could barely sing. I was in the choir for my church. I remember one of my teachers. He passed away. He committed suicide, but it was the choir's anniversary weekend at my church, and my mom wants me to sing. I'm like, Mom, I don't want to sing. I don't feel like it. And my best friend, she was up here. She was pregnant at the time. This is like almost 18 years ago. Actually, 20 years ago, literally. And wow. And my uncle, who is the choir director, was like, I don't have to sing. So, mind you, if he's a choir director, if he said I don't have to sing, I have to sing. My mom tried to force me to sing. My mom and my best friend's about to be at blows. Mind you, my best friend is pregnant, like 14, 15, 16 years old, playing like what we do, because Clyde doesn't want to sing and she's supporting her best friend, you know. And my mom tried to force me to sing, like I don't want to sing. And my uncle's like, no, like make that make sense. But
makes sense. Leave me alone.
but nah. So I don't sing. I sung at my church choir in Syracuse a couple of times. I had to lead a song like one New Year's Eve, which is it was all right. I'm not the best singer. I leave it to the pros. But my whole entire family's like musically inclined, except for me. But I guess I do well in the media aspect of it, like the audio, the video, the television part of it. But
hey,
yeah,
that's an important aspect too. That's
of course,
important aspect.
Yeah, especially you're you're behind the scenes, or you can be in front of the camera. You're doing if you're behind the scenes, you're doing all the dirty work that people don't see. They see the production part of it on screen. They don't know who behind them cameras doing that work, making sure that the people like you look beautiful and prosperous. But yeah, it's a lot of work. But going back into like your aspiration to your acting career, I guess you had an appearance in Melanin and McGraw Avenue.
Yes.
Would you like to talk about those?
Melanin, that was that was just another like a background supporting role. But Melanin is a really good movie. It's it pretty much gives what's the best way I can describe it? It puts the lens of what we go through as Black people when it comes to like police brutality pretty much through the lens of a white person.
Okay.
I think like the basis of the movie, like the white guy, it's a white guy movie, he becomes Black. Like he wakes up and he's automatically a Black man. And now he has to go through all the trials and tribulation a Black man goes through. And it's so it's wild. But the scene
to watch this.
Definitely watch it. Give it a watch.
Give it a watch. Tubi?
Yep, it's on Tubi. Actually, it's on Tubi, Amazon Prime, and it is on the CW network now.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
national distribution.
Yes. So when I found out, I was like, "Yay!" I'm not the main character, but I'm on CW. But it's a good movie. The scene that I'm in that I'm most proud of is a protesting scene. Basically, the cop got off, and we're all upset. And we got our flyers and our protesters and whoop. And during that time, of course, it was during Black Lives Matter, the whole Black Lives Matter movement. Right. I had a friend that was making face masks, and she had a face mask. She made face masks that said, "Stop killing us." I wore that face mask during that scene. So there's a zoom in part of that, like they actually zoomed in on me because I'm wearing a mask to say "Stop killing us" during a protesting scene of a cop killing a Black man.
So they zoomed in and they zoomed back out, you know, focus out to see the sign you holding. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I saw like the promo clip, and I was like, "Oh my God, that's me!"
You know, even though promos clips, which is like usually a minute 30, 2 minutes 30 seconds, that gives like viewers like me or anybody, all right, this is what this movie's about, and XYZ, and for them, the producers and whoever the directors will put you in that promo, that says a lot about you and where they see you at in that film.
Yeah, it did say a lot, and I was just like, this is awesome. I loved it. I loved it. That was like a big moment for me. I was just like, oh, and then I saw it was on the CW. I said, oh, Mama, I made it. But yeah, and then McGraw Ave, wow, McGraw Ave, that was a production. That was, I did 2 episodes for their second season, and that took like over 12 hours of filming.
Okay.
Over 12 hours of filming.
Each day or like
the very
in
first,
total?
just the first day. Okay. Again, because I was just an extra.
Correct.
But still, it was fun. So I took it as, for me, when I first started out, I was like, okay, I'm getting extra roles. I'm not getting paid for it, but eventually it will lead me to a main role or a role with a line. Then I'll get 2 lines. Then
or a supporting cast, you know.
Yeah, or a supporting cast. So I didn't have no issue with taking extra roles. I took all the extra background roles I could get. Like,
my face on the camera, exactly.
Okay, as long as my face on the camera somewhere, some form of fashion. Okay, people know my names. I'm introducing myself to the directors, all that good stuff. But I was on set that day, and I know for a fact I made a very good impression, because I even had the other extras there like cracking up. I had some of the directors asking them like, "Who was that? Who's you? What you like? What you doing?" I'm just like, "Hey, bro, I'm just here I'm just here to get my name out. I'm just here to be here." So
exactly.
So I am in 2 episodes. The first episode I did that took like 16 hours. It was more so like a hospital scene, like.
Mm-hmm.
And I low-key bounced around as an extra. At one moment I was in a wheelchair, pretending to be all disfigured and disabled, like I did the whole face and everything. I made myself drool. I did the whole 9 yards.
Correct. You have to sell yourself. That's called selling, you know. And in sports and in wrestling, you're selling. You're selling to the audience. Like that, yeah.
9 yards, and people was just cracking up. They're like, "Is you really about to be like, yeah, yes?" Push me in this wheelchair. Then it was another part where I played a nurse pushing a gurney, and luckily, I watch a lot of medical shows, so I knew what to say. We all pushing the gurney. I'm like, his stats are dropping. We're losing oxygen. Like I'm just naming stuff. And then after we was done, it was like, who was saying all that? I said, me.
Correct.
Me. Thank you. 17, 20 seasons of Grey's Anatomy.
See, of course, yeah, you're a student. Like, see that studying all the hospital television shows at Grey's Anatomy, General Hospital, you know, all that stuff plays a factor.
Yeah, like you gotta study, you gotta learn as you go. Now, I've never taken an acting class a day in my life yet. They're coming, but I learn from my environment. I learn from experiences. I sometimes take my own experiences to try and get into my characters. But yeah, like I said, like just the fact that I know shit to say from watching Grey's Anatomy, and it worked out. It worked out. And there was just like, oh yeah, we're gonna use that. I said, bet. That's what's up.
Okay, so I was asking, like, what are some of the challenges you face as an emerging actress? And I think you're saying
being typecasted.
Typecasted. Can you describe to the audience what that does that mean?
Typecasting is when you are pretty much given the same role in every movie. So let's say, for example, who is the perfect actress for this?
Or actor?
Jennifer Lewis. How Jennifer Lewis always plays somebody mom or mom. Always playing somebody crazy mama. That's kind of a typecast. If you are only in movies and they only
comedic pops.
Yeah. You know, if they only put you in movies for sex scenes, you're typecasted. If they put you in movies and all you play is a ratchet female in that's typecasted. Granted, that means you play that role very well and you can embody that, but it limits you. It severely limits you and puts you in a box. And if you don't try to get out that box, you can get stuck there. So that's a challenge, because some of the movies I did, I do nude scenes or sex scenes in, and it almost started to feel like I was starting to only get those roles specifically for that, and that's not what I want, because
You're great at it, or good, or the best, or the GOAT. That's not what you want your image to be.
yeah, like, and I don't want my talent to only be limited to that. Like, I'm very talented. I have a broad range, so it's like I don't want to just be the mistress or the vixen of the movie. Like, I could be the doctor, I could be the nurse, I could be the cracked out sister. Who knows? Like,
Correct.
I could be the new Felicia. Like,
Bye, Felicia.
okay. But typecasting, that's one of the challenge. Another challenge is, as an up and coming new actress, I will say, is unfortunately in the Detroit scene, some of these directors are pervs. Some of these people are pervs. More so, I'll say videographers and cameramen. A lot of our photographers, some, not a lot. Take that back. Retract that. Take that back. There are a few that makes it difficult to work with because of their reputation. But so you have that, because I was like trying to like figure out who's who, because everybody go off their Instagram and their Facebook pages, and now everybody be using their real name. So you got to try to like figure out, right, is this the dude I heard about?
Yeah, do your own research and homework. Correct.
Yeah, you got to do your research, your own background check, just so you don't end up in an uncomfortable position or situation. Let's see, what's another challenge? Sometimes finding roles can be difficult if you don't know where to search or where to look. Because again, a lot of people use social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, to advertise, to do their casting calls and stuff like that. So sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. I'm just always been fortunate because I stay on Instagram daily. So I follow all the directors. I follow the production companies and the production pages. I follow the videographers, just so I can stay on top of my game and be like, ooh, cast a call here. Ooh, cast a call there. So I'll say those are the main 3 challenges that I faced with up and coming. But I've been blessed that I've came across and networked with a lot of amazing people that actually help and support and will pretty much put my name in spaces that I haven't been yet. So once I get to that space, I'm already known of. Like, everybody, I've already been heard of. So those are my challenges. And I'll say anybody has faced those challenges. But those are definitely mostly my challenges that I faced coming up acting in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good. It's still great. I love it. I know so many talented and amazing fellow actresses and actors in Detroit, and they're doing amazing work. And honestly, they give me nothing but motivation and inspiration.
You think that's why it's very important to, showcase yourself, in different roles, like diversity, in different roles, in different scenes?
Yes, diversity is very important when it comes to acting, diversity in general, because every movie requires something different, and then you also have to try and bring to life and create the writer of the script, the director. Like, they each have their own common vision for that production. So it's like, yeah, you kind of want to make it your own, but you still have to make it your own to where it fits into what they visualized it to be.
Correct.
So it's diversity is a huge factor, because you have to be able to tap into those different situations and narratives. Like, you can get a script and you have to play you may have to play a husband who's being verbally abused by his wife, and you probably never experienced nothing like that.
Right.
And now you have to figure out how you can pretty much become that character, embody that character, but also not let it affect you personally.
Right.
So it's kind of like a Heath Ledger and Joker type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
You can't let your character consume you. R.I.P. Heath Ledger. Okay. Rest in peace, man.
So the importance of versatility. I've seen some of your roles as like you did Publicity and like Black Lives,
Mm-hmm.
and you also was like an art production assistant in Curlin. Did I say correctly?
Honestly, that is a mistake.
That's an error on the IMDb.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's an error on them, and I have not figured out how to get that removed. But that's an error on them. But Black Lives, McGraw Ave, Ashbury Park, yeah, those are all. But I've done music videos, so I act and model in a few music videos, and those are always fun. Those are actually easier than doing movies.
Why is that?
I would say being in music videos it depends on the artist's vision for their video. If they just want some chicks in the background dancing, cool, simple. That's all I gotta do. But if you actually like want your music video to have some substance and context, then yeah, you kind of got to work with the artist and kind of somewhat make it like a movie production. So I've had a few where I've played like the leading lady or the love interest and had to roll that out and do the little scenes and pretending to talk on the phone and cute little stuff like that. And then I've done music videos where again I was just the dancer, so all I had to do was show up and bend over. Shake what my mama gave me, okay?
I can tell, Feather.
Okay. So music videos has always been easier for me. They're fun. It's making movies. That's where the real work comes in. Because sometimes you can be on set for 12 hours. And you gotta be there. Like you just gotta be there. Like you may not even did your scene yet. Cause they might be filming 5 different scenes that day. You might be scene 4. And they spent the first 6 hours still doing scene 1 and 2. But you gotta stay there until it's time for you to be up. And if in that in between time, I'm refreshing my roles. I'm making sure I got my lines memorized. I make sure I got my demeanor memorized and who I'm supposed to be and how I'm supposed to act. So it's work, but it's fun work. Like I don't feel like exhausted after I'm done. I don't feel like, oh my God, this was so mentally taxing. It's like, yeah, we did it.
Yeah, we did this.
All right. So we gonna do the next scene. Like what's the next scene gonna be? I'm excited for that.
So like how has some of your personal life or your personal experience have shaped your acting choices?
Personal experience, let's see. Well, I would say they have shaped my experience because I can take what I've dealt with and can apply it to my character or help someone else get into their character.
Mm-hmm.
My personal experiences, I've actually, because of my personal experience in one of my toxic relationships, I'm actually in the process of writing a script of writing a movie about that. So
that's crazy. That was going to be like one of my next questions. Was like, how did you balance your personal relationship with a demanding career such as acting?
Yep. I'm currently writing a movie about one of my past relationships that was very toxic. So that's gonna be nice. I'm excited about that one. I'm actually excited. It's actually very therapeutic and healing for me as well, because it helps me really. I'm still I granted I've healed as much as I can from that relationship and moved on from it, but to have to write the script and kind of like relive and go back to those moments is somewhat triggering, but it's not triggering to the point to where it's like, oh, I can't do this. It's triggering to where it's like, wow, you got through this. And this is the result of how far you came from getting through this. And I'm just ready to tell my story now. So hopefully, if there's anybody that's dealt with what I've dealt with, hopefully they'll be able to find that silver lining.
All right. I know you said you want to talk about some relationship. What did you want to talk about in reference to relationships, or like what you do outside of acting? Like, is it like that's like BDSM, right?
Yep,
A
I do.
little bit.
Yep, a little BDSM, a little exhibition. That is that does make my relationships a little difficult. I am currently trying out an open relationship with my son's father, and that it's interesting as trying, because I'm bisexual. And probably goddamn pan or poly at this point. But
Hey, what floats you,
okay,
that's what's best for you, you know? I
okay,
respect
so
it.
it's navigating through that is kind of difficult, because he's just trying to not, I'll just say, like, accept and more so understand me, because I am attracted to men and women. Yes, we are in a relationship, but
It's an open relationship, which means both have the opportunity to date whoever you
yes,
desire to date. But at the end of the day, you have to mutually understand that this is open. I may deal with you on this day, but next day I may deal with this person.
yeah, and honestly, he's got a little situation, had a situation anyway already for a while now. So it's like, but he's trying to be monogamous, and I'm like,
I feel you.
you want monogamy now? You want it now? Fuck. So it's trying to navigate through that, and that's kind of tough doing kink shows, because of course men are going to be attracted to me, men are going to be drawn. I can't control that. Like
Right.
I can't control who's attracted to me. I have no control over that. All I
Right.
can control is what I do with that information.
Correct.
So doing kink shows, it can be, he's at the point, he's pretty much a don't ask, don't tell. He's a don't ask, don't tell type. And I don't really have a problem with that, but it's like,
Do you know what I just did a couple days ago? Someone just exploded.
Okay, that don't ask, don't tell only gonna last for so long. Like, because eventually you're gonna want to ask. And then when I tell you, you're not gonna like the answer. And
Exactly.
so we're trying to navigate through that. That's it's a little difficult. We're in a decent place right now. So I want to keep it moving in a positive direction. But I'm also keeping my antennas up, because I know him well enough to know, sir, this only gonna last for so long. Like, you're only gonna be able to handle this for so long. And I haven't, and I told him, and I've explained, I'm like, if this is not what you want, I completely respect that. Like, I don't want you to force yourself into doing something that's gonna make you uncomfortable and it's
Unhappy.
or unhappy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Especially unhappy. Like, your happiness is important to me, because if you're not happy, I'm not happy. And if we're not happy, our son's not happy. So, I don't want you to do something that's not gonna make you happy simply just off because you don't want to let me go.
Or you don't respect the work that I do. Like sometimes could be be your life work, and this is what brings you pleasure. And at the end of the day, it's yes. First of all, yes, I am single, like you said. But over a relationship, which means I'm not tied down to you. I really don't have to give you information if I don't want to, you know?
Information
So
is optional.
exactly. So like if the work I do pleases me, I'm gonna continue to do that work, Unless a higher calling or a God or whoever you may believe in have designed me to do something else. So like, I respect all forms of work that people do. It could be sex work, it could be regular work, it could be entrepreneur work, it could be me at home making residual income in my sleep work.
Okay.
Whatever work that makes you happy, you should do. Like you should feel satisfied with the art that or the gift, because it's actually a gift. It can be easily taken away that the Lord has given, or whoever you may serve has given you. So yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm like I like doing this. It's I love it. I love going to kink shows. I love damn near feeling like a freaking dominatrix. I love it. I love it. It is so free and euphoric, and it's just so liberating. And it's like I see why there are people that do this for a living. It is so self-satisfying. It is so self-satisfying. And it's just like, I want to do more. Like,
I get it.
I want to do more. How do I get people eating sushi off of me? That's my next step. Like, how do I get involved in those shows? Okay, how do I become a sushi bar? So that can be a difficult thing, and I think a lot of people that's in sex work have those issues with their relationships, because you have a lot of people that I hate to throw this word out, insecure, and that's not a bad thing. Being insecure is not a bad thing. I hate people call
That was a good show. I eat the word. Have you ever seen the show? No. You
Oh
never
yes,
saw
I
it?
love the show.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I love the show. So it's like there's nothing wrong with being insecure, but it's like I'm not cool with women calling dudes sassy.
Nah, I'm not cool with that either.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Cause like, ew. Why would you do that? Like I don't like that. The dudes insecure, they have their reasons. Everyone has their reasons
Right.
for being insecure. And it's okay. What's not okay is when you're insecure is when you try to make those insecurities somebody else's problem.
When it's your problem at that.
Yeah, that like when you try to make someone responsible for your insecurities, like I can't make you more secure in your that's an internal job. Like I can reassure, I could say this, I could
One
I
of
can
my
only do and say so much, but unless you are actually doing the work for yourself, nothing I say or do will satisfy or please you enough.
like one of my jobs quotes or sayings a part of our training is like RAV IV. It's like repeat, ask, validate. You repeat what you said. You're asking the individual. You have any questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, and then you're trying to validate their feelings. Like this is how it works.
and that's how I gotta go. So my advice to anybody that's in sex work or want to get into sex work or likes to do BDSM or kink stuff, do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. Even if you are in a relationship, do what makes you happy. If your partner can't understand or respect that and honestly make your happiness, understand that you making your happiness a priority for yourself will eventually overflow into the relationship, then it ain't nothing like a that bitch off. Mm, mm, mm. And then gonna be Jones.
All right. So, what is one of your favorite kinks that you've done on a person that got other people satisfied or in a maze?
Squirting.
And that you did. You made someone else squirt.
Yes.
Oh wow. Live and in living color. Not the band Living Color, but I love that group. But
I do too. Oh gosh. Well, no, I haven't made anybody else square. I thought you were talking about me. I've done it myself. I've done the exhibition. But what I've done to somebody else, impact play. So like spanking.
okay.
Spanking with the whips, paddle, flogger. I've done that, and that satisfying. That was satisfying. Okay. What else have I done? Impact play. Of course, I've done my own squirt demo in front of a live audience, which was amazing. It was amazing.
Wow.
It was amazing. It was amazing. Like.
So, what is like performing in front of people, like in that line of work? Like, there's the image of people watching porn, and yes, you have videographers, people behind scenes recording all this content. Mm-hmm. What is it like performing in front of people that's watching live while you're doing it?
It can be a little nerve-wracking. It was a little nerve-wracking, but I was prepared for it. I've always kind of been like a exhibitionist as a kid. Like I was that kid. I would moon my friends just cause. Like I just be mooning my friends like, and they're like, oh my God, Britany. I'm like, yeah, ha ha. So you some bud. So for me, being naked or just being exposed in that way in front of people doesn't really bother me. It actually kind of turns me on a little bit. Mm-hmm. So I enjoyed it. My audience enjoyed it. Okay, and I got so many compliments afterwards. Yeah, it's fun. That's the best way I can describe it. It's fun, it's liberating, it's euphoric. Like I was still on a high for like 2 days after I did that. Like wow. Yeah, like I was just on a natural like euphoric high after that. I was just like, oh my God, like it just felt so good, and it just felt I can't find the words to describe it, but it's a great, amazing feeling. I applaud the women that has been doing this work before me, and some that still continues to. I love it. I like going to kink shows and BDSM shows. I learn a lot. I meet a lot of interesting people, and it'll be people that you wouldn't even think. You'll run into people that you wouldn't even think that would be into this type of stuff. You'll be like,
"Let's tell you about this."
Oh, you a little freaky freak! Like, but it's great. That is like the greatest thing ever. I'm actually supposed to be doing another kink show coming up this week. Except this time, it's going to be a dude getting jerked off in front of a live audience, and I am doing the jerking. So I'm excited for that one. I'm excited for that one. That's fun. That's fun for me. Doing hand jobs, that's fun. It's so easy. It's okay. I won't say it's easy. I won't say it's easy because y'all been doing it your whole lives. I'm just y'all got more experience than we do, but we be trying. I just like to say I think my 12 years as a massage therapist has definitely softened and helped my hands. So I'm excited to do it. I'm excited to see people see me do it.
Correct.
And I become like a different person when I do that. It's I develop into this different character. Pretty much, I feel like I become my own dominatrix in a sense. You know.
You have every right to be. You know, you do. Like, and that's like sometimes like I'll tell people like you'll see Clyde in one light, but in a different light if you're in a relationship or if you're doing adult stuff. It's a different light. And then after that, easily switch back to my regular. So like, what? What was that? Like, how? What did you? What? Like,
yeah,
it is what it is. Like,
yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
They were like, "Who were you?"
I thought you was cool, calm, and collective, and you're like, flip X, Y, Z, Z's top, like, bada bing, bada boom, the realest guy in the room.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy how it can be like that.
But yeah, so like looking ahead, like where is like some of your upcoming projects and aspirations you desire for yourself?
Upcoming projects. I'm currently filming a movie, Grind. I played the character Lena, so that should be coming out next year on Tubi. I'm also currently filming a movie called do we calling it White Woods or The Goods? We're calling it The Goods. And that's gonna be like a little regular little comedy,
Okay.
like a weed comedy movie, kind of like a How High type deal.
Okay.
So that's coming up. What else do I have coming up? Got those two movies. I'm currently writing my script. And honestly, what my aspirations are is to really just keep moving forward, doing more projects. Clearly I'm about to start producing projects and directing once I get my own script. Yeah, just more movies, more King shows. I've gotten into poetry, so I'm doing a lot of poetry, and I'm doing poetry shows now and open mics. So yeah, definitely doing open mics, getting to my poetic side.
Okay.
So that's really what I got going on. Future, I got Grind, The Goods. Those both movies should be dropping next year. I'll have my own script dropping, so I'll be casting for that next year.
Okay.
Just more movies, more projects, more poetry, more kink.
Love it. I love it. Any advice would you like to give to aspiring actress or actor coming up, independently, or someone's doing like behind the scene work or background work?
Never stop. Don't give up. Keep going and don't get discouraged. You may not get a check today, you may not get a check tomorrow, but the checks are coming. The work is still working. Just keep working, keep building your resume. Make a resume. It will help. Make a resume. Get headshots. Update your headshots. If you feel you need to take an acting class, find acting classes. Invest into your craft, invest into your career, invest in you. Okay, because no one's going to take you seriously if you're not taking it seriously. So if you show them that you're taking it seriously, if you're taking the acting classes, you don't have to take acting classes. I ain't ever took an acting class, and I'm in like 6 goddamn movies.
It's the work, man. It's the work that you put in, Look.
Acting classes do help. Take the acting classes. Invest in yourself. Shit, YouTube. Like, do what makes you happy and invest. Invest in you, invest in your craft. Never stop, never give up. Even if you don't get a role for a couple months or a year, use that time to perfect your skills. Use that time to learn how to read a script. Use that time to learn how to memorize a script. Use that time to teach yourself and practice different dialects or different accents. I'm doing a goddamn Southern Belle country accent and grind. I ain't no Southern goddamn Belle, but you'll never know as long as I'm talking like this, sugar.
Of course not.
Okay, so
look at that.
Okay, so just invest in yourselves. Invest in yourselves. Congratulate yourselves. Pat yourselves on the back. Be your number one support, and just keep going, keep thriving, and don't give up. Because trust me, you will get to where you need to go, and you will get to where you're supposed to be. So that's the best advice I can give y'all. Don't give up. Keep going. Invest and have fun. Have fun. For real. Acting is fun. It's work, but it's fun work. If you make it fun.
Amazing. So, Britany, I call this section of the podcast Rapid Fire. So, I usually do like a minute or 2 minutes and put a timer on my phone. And I'll just give you a list of questions and you just give me your best response.
All right.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Who is your favorite actress?
Angela Bassett.
Your favorite song that you currently listen to?
Residuals by Chris Brown.
Okay. Your favorite artist, musical of all time?
Michael Jackson.
Your favorite place to visit in Detroit?
Belle Isle.
Okay. Your favorite alcoholic drink?
Tequila.
Okay. Which brand?
Terramana.
Oh, Dwayne. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, Reposado to be
Yes.
exact. Okay. It gotta be Reposado.
Okay. We're on the same page. Okay. Your favorite lesson you learned from a director?
My favorite lesson I learned from a director. Oh my gosh. It has to be my homeboy Christian Lomax, and the favorite lesson I got from him was honestly make the role your own. Make the character your own.
Okay.
And that's the best advice I got.
All right. Your favorite designer wear you like to wear?
I don't wear designer, so if I was to just throw one out there, I guess Gucci.
Okay. Your favorite kink of all time?
Oh, that's hard. Oh, that's hard. I got a praise kink.
What?
Got a praise kink.
What is that? I'm sorry.
Oh, praise kink. Good girl. You're my princess.
Bad guy.
Yeah, you're doing a good job. I'm proud of you. Keep
going.
Okay,
giving praises. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a quick 2-minute rapid fire with Britany. Would you like to give the audience, listeners, the viewers your social, not just social security, but your social media?
My social security is 313. Y'all can find me on Facebook at Britany Renee, Britany Renee. You can find me on Instagram at It's Queen B, 2_ITSQUEEENB. And you can also find me on Twitter at Queen 2_BX. All right.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I have Britany Renee on the TV Podcast. I thank Britany for joining the See Media podcast. You can catch me, Clyde, at Twitter, X, which is Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, with the podcast at See Media Podcast. Or you can just search my personal page on Facebook, Clyde Anderson, or Instagram is at Brand New Clyde, and Twitter and Blue Sky, and whatever else social media outlet you're looking at. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a privilege and honor again having Britany Renee on the See Media podcast, the show that allows you to come your own unique way. Any other outlets where people can find you or your work? Your acting work, I would say.
My acting work, shit.
Tubi, I know most of the Tubis.
Yeah, most of them are on Tubi, but everybody go on Amazon Prime right now and check out Situation. Okay, so on Amazon Prime, it dropped like a week ago. You can rent it for like $3, buy it for like $9.99. Check it out. It's a great movie. I'm in it. I played Drina. Okay. It may not be everybody's favorite, but I played my role very well. So yeah, check me out. I'm on Tubi. I'm on Amazon Prime, CW Network. You want to find my IMDb Pro account? Go ahead. But actually, shit, I'm on YouTube. If you look up a couple if anybody know about Sada Baby or Rocky Bad, I'm in 2 of their music videos. Y'all can find me in that. So
actually, you have a podcast or no?
I am on a podcast. Actually, go on YouTube and check out my first episode of the Pure Exposure Show.
You want to give us a little sample of that show? What is it about? And I'll definitely put in the link in the podcast description.
Okay. The Pure Exposure Show is about exposing all artists, actors, anybody with talent in Detroit, and giving them a platform to tell the world about what they do. So it's whether if you're a music artist, you got new projects coming up, you got new singles dropping, you looking for, whatever. If you're an actress, you got actors or actress, come on our show. Let us know what projects you got going on. If you got any premieres, let us know about your premiere. Let the world know about your premiere. We are here to expose y'all to the world. And I am your host. So
All right now. That's on. Is that on like Spotify, YouTube?
Right now, it's just YouTube.
YouTube, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, just YouTube right now. But don't worry, we will be all over.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, we have the lovely Britany Renee on. Again, thank you for joining the See Media podcast, the show that allows you to come in your own unique way. You want to leave a final quote?
Final quote from me. If the man has chubby jaws, they are meant to lick down them walls. Feed that man, sis.
You heard her. You heard the best, ladies and gentlemen. Britany Renee, thank you, Britany, for joining. You take care. Thank you
for having me, Clyde.
My pleasure. You take care. God bless.
God bless you. Peace.
Peace. Thank you for listening to the See Media podcast, the show that allows you to come in your own unique way. I'm your host, Clyde Anderson. To be a sponsor on the show or even to be a guest host, you can email me at clydeandersonmedia@gmail.com. To find more selections of this podcast, you can search us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Pandora. Furthermore, you can give us 5 stars, rate us, review us, follow us. In reference to our social media,